Protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands. Touch them up. Back to your corner, gentlemen.
There's Tom Taylor, the referee, for what will be our co-feature. 10 rounds of lightweights. The former champ now at 34 against the rising star, Keyshawn Davis, at 9-0 with 6 knockouts. Pedraza got himself up to 140 pounds. He's got a lot of miles on the odometer. The weight drain, could it affect him here to get back down to 135?
Absolutely. You know, you can feel good through camp and diet and do all the necessary things to make the weight, but you really don't know how well you're going to feel the night of the fight. So you just got to pay attention to Pedraza and see if he still has a lot left in the tank.
And he turned to us yesterday, Tim, when we were getting into a hefty conversation about the strategy that he wants to employ. And he said he wants a high volume pace against Keyshawn.
That's dangerous. If he jabs from the wrong distance, expect that right hand to come over the top.
Pedraza hasn't fought at 135 pounds since May of 2019. Got to come over the top with a right hand against that jab of Davis.
See Pedraza pushing that pace, Tess. That's it. He told us in the fighter meeting that he wants to push the pace. He's doing it now, but there's a ton of bouncing from him, wasting a lot of energy. That could show up late in the fight now.
Let him go. Good job.
Way off of a year and 5 days. Recharged.
Keyshawn is really economical with his offense. He'll let his hands go. He just doesn't throw caution to the wind.
And when it comes to the CompuBox stats, when you sit there and you try to look through and come up with analysis with Keyshawn Davis, you go back to that last fight on October 14th, and a bit of a speed bump in this stage of his career, like a lot of top prospects often do. But in that fight against Nahir Albright, that was a majority decision win that was eventually changed to a no contest. That was the first time in his career where there was an opponent who actually even outlanded him in a single round.
I asked him, I was like, did you fall asleep in there? Or, you know, why did you play defense?
Let him go.
And he said it had a lot to do. Feels like he has the wind to go as many rounds as need or necessary, and his work as hard as he needs to work throughout the course of the fight.
Continue that conversation in a moment. Pedraza continues to try to come forward. Davis able to get out of the way. The Texas Commission then changed the result of that fight to a no contest after he exceeded the levels for cannabis consumption. Here's Davis. And has talked about issues in his life going back some years as to why he started smoking, Tim. He said, listen, some serious mental health issues. And throughout that process, he was smoking. And then he told us yesterday how noticeable it is. And he's a better person in every way.
Oh, absolutely. That had to be tough for him, especially when you get consistent with using a drug like that, shape or form. Now, if you look at his last 2 performances, they've been subpar. You know, been a lot of lulls in action from him. He's going to have to be the complete package tonight, Tess, because it looks like Pedraza right now is starting to get himself into a rhythm.
He had a 14-10 connect advantage in round 1. Round 2 of our co-feature, as you see right now in the locker room. There is the world champion, Teofimo Lopez, 2-division world champion at this point at 140 pounds after that phenomenal performance against Josh Taylor.
Jose, let Dion go.
Pedraza really trying to just push the pace, force an inside fight. I don't know if he's the stronger man in there. Remember, coming down from 140 pounds, yes, you consider him the bigger man. However, Keyshawn's younger. He's strong for the weight class.
Oh, it's a good right hand as Pedraza crossed that threshold. Then a left hook comes in.
Moving laterally and then stopping on a dime.
3-punch combination by Davis. Pedraza back to the inside. Trying to stay right in that pocket. Trying to press the action against the young, undefeated fighter.
Get him up, Keyshawn, just a little bit.
That can show up later in the fight. When you're landing body shots like that on your opponent, it's like siphoning the gas tank. It's like siphoning the gas tank. That's been the story for me as I'm watching this. He's just investing in that body because it's going to pay good dividends, and having a hard time making this weight in a long time. Guess what?
Listen for that bell, gentlemen.
You can wear him down. You can break him down a lot sooner than you think.
And a right hand to close out round 2. Joe, Tim, Bernardo, and Mark with you here from Michelob Ultra Arena, Mandalay Bay. Top-ranked boxing on ESPN. Exciting night. Super Bowl weekend has arrived, and the showstopper, Teofimo Lopez, will be defending his world championship in our main event. Getting a good look at Keyshawn Davis early on here against a former titleist in Jose Pedraza. Another 3-punch combination from Davis.
Look, Pedraza closing the distance. Keyshawn is allowing him to, and now he's just teeing off in spots, catching Pedraza out of position. You see Pedraza switching from southpaw to orthodox.
Good combination from Davis. Then he goes with the right hand. Left hook comes up top. Davis in control here early on around 3.
In complete control.
Wow, the body shots you picked up on that. Look at him double up that right hand, including the uppercut. This is very good sharpshooting early on from Davis, isn't it, Timmy?
He's breaking him down. He's already starting to break him down.
Right hand splits the guard. Davis. Headshot after headshot against Pedraza here in round 3. Pedraza trying to match fire with fire for a moment. Davis had a great opening minute here in round number 3.
Look, if your game plan is just to come forward and throw punches at Keyshawn Davis, you're going to get hit with shots like that. So we'll be trying to attempt to set up his shots and at least use a jab on the way in. He's not doing anything. He's walking through the front door. Keyshawn Davis has allowed him to, and then he's picking him off in the inside.
Combinations, body shots, lead punches, every offensive weapon being shown in this 3rd round from Davis. In the first half of the 3rd round alone, he landed 20 power punches.
Tess, I'm looking at the legs. What the legs are showing me from Pedraza is that it was a tough weight cut. He hasn't made 135 pounds in 4 years. His legs look very unstable. This game plan as of right now for Pedraza is not going to work. You got to be better than that. You see the defensive prowess of Keyshawn.
Pedraza trying to go to that body and wrap around that right elbow.
There's no power on those shots.
Nope. Look at Keyshawn just shaking it off.
He's arm punching.
He's landed 23 body punches, Keyshawn Davis. Doubling up that left hand. Excellent round. Superb 3rd round by Keyshawn Davis, where he threw 62 power punches and landed 39 of them. And now the doctor is going to look at that right eye of Jose Pedraza.
Over here.
39 power punches absorbed in that last round alone by Pedraza. And we sat with Keyshawn Davis yesterday and talked about Pedraza and perhaps what he brings to the table. So let's get something straight. He's not better than me, and I'm not going to sit there and play with that old man. He hasn't. He has come straight out. Meanwhile, this is what's going on in the other locker room of our championship fight. That's Jermaine Ortiz from Worcester, Massachusetts. His trainer, Ricky Gonzalez. First world title challenge for Ortiz. However, he has been to the top on the big stage because he earned the right to be a true contender when he went up against Vasily Lomachenko back in October of 2022. And he went 12 rounds. He showed he could stay with Lomachenko. He had a very good first half of that fight before the former pound-for-pound #1 rallied late. He also had a superb win against Jamel Herring, the former super featherweight world champion. So Ortiz in every way has earned the right against a couple big names to get into a spot like this. Let's check in with Bernardo.
I was speaking with Luis Espada in Jose Pedraza's corner. He said, I told him I need him to use the entire ring. Don't do this.
Is about to close on him. He knows that if he doesn't win this fight tonight, then he may not get another opportunity. This could be it for him. So he's putting it all on the line. He's not thinking in there. He's fighting with his heart, and he needs to fight with his mind. And You got Keyshawn Davis just taking full advantage of his aggression. Ineffective aggression, Tess.
It is effective aggression.
Ineffective.
Davis has been accurate, landing 54% of his power punches.
Pedraza is a shell of himself. You know, I don't care what anybody says. I told you guys, it depends on what he has. I'm not taking anything away from what Keyshawn is doing. He's looking spectacular. You know, he's inside the pocket. He's not allowing Pedraza to work.
Keyshawn, pull it back.
Oh.
Stop. Stop. Don't look at me. Don't turn. Don't come and pull it on. Keep that head up.
Back to business. Going to take a short break, come back for round 5, and we will hear from Teofimo Lopez in his locker room as he gets ready for his title defense. Don't go anywhere.
Right there at the bell.
40-36, 4 rounds to none. Keyshawn, listen, he's so much physically stronger. Even when Pedraza scores, it feels like he can't generate any power. I feel like we're just waiting on a KO.
Pedraza's tough. That's one thing I know. He's tough. He's only been stopped by Tank Davis.
That was at 130 pounds.
No knockdown. Stop. Sorry. Let me go.
If Keyshawn's going to stop Pedraza, he's going to have to start putting combinations together. And it's going to start by going down to the body and continually weakening him. It's about time. Pedraza finally threw a straight punch right down the middle instead of just trying to smother and get it on the inside.
Jab to the body again. He's landed.
So what I'm seeing, Tess, is just the relaxation from Keyshawn. That's what's impressing me. He's not spooked and trying to get inside and maul with him and wrestle with him. He's actually seemingly comfortable in the inside and doesn't have a problem with it.
Stop. No punch.
And Pedraza has not been at the pace that he told us he would prefer to be, and that's because of the dominance of Davis coming at him. There's a right hand from Davis.
So he can land shots like that. Again, round after round, Keyshawn has to break him down to the body, little by little. There's no power on those shots coming from Pedraza at all.
No, there's plenty of power from the shots of the guy who's the star attraction tonight, and that is Heisman nights with the one-punch knockouts. There's been sensational efforts, and he does so with a viper quality. He is a twitchy athlete, and now a 2-division world champion. He'll be defending his WBO junior welterweight title, lineal title, in just moments against Jermaine Ortiz, and Bernardo is in the locker room with him. Title defense, everything is the showman circus theme, and he's very excited and saying, listen, I like when boxing does the big, grand, over-the-top ring entrance, but we know it's circus themed and it's going to be over the top, and that is coming up in moments. He talked about having more tricks up his sleeve, if not even in his mind reaching his prime yesterday, and just simply going out there and having fun. And he has a very game opponent in front of him tonight in Jermaine Ortiz, but you just get the sense that Teofimo Lopez wants to make tonight special with how.
This is one of the biggest events of his career. He's the headliner. It's here in Vegas, the Super Bowl weekend. He's definitely going to want to show out tonight.
Another good body shot from Keyshawn Davis, and now the right hand comes in against Pedraza, and now he's got him backed up against the ropes, and he's teeing off as Davis has Pedraza off balance. Another big headshot, big right hand, backs him up into the corner, and this fight is over. Bloody, beaten, battered is Pedraza, and Keyshawn Davis delivers the biggest test of his young career and take out a big red marker and write A+ on it. That was sensational from Davis.
Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? When I would ask them all, y'all thought it was really flexing on it.
That's a 2-division world champion that he just knocked out, that he just stopped. Tess.